The Joe Rogan Experience.
Between sets, I went over to Greenblatt's to get a cup of coffee, and I'm with this screenplay writer. His name was Mark. I forgot his last name, actually. Sorry. Sorry, Mark. Anyway, we're getting coffee, and here comes this guy. You know Rick Rubin with the beard, the whole look. And he's with this little, like, heavy set guy. Oh, man, here comes some asshole. And he goes, yeah, he's soft spoken. Can I speak with you a minute? And I do have a Brooklyn attitude. I'll admit it. And I go, what can I do for you, pal? I got to do another show. And then the guy, Mark, that's with me goes, aren't you Rick Rubin? And I'm looking at him. I'm going, who's Rick? He goes, he basically created rap. And Rick goes, yeah, I want to do an album with you, and I don't want to bother you. I'm going to go next door and watch the second show, because I had to do another show. And that's how me and Rick met, and we wound up doing 5 albums together. And we were a great team together. I mean, he's Rick Rubin. And, I mean, sometimes we would disagree, but you can't get Rick mad.
He's an interesting cat.
Well,
very different human being, right?
Oh, it's I said to Rick one time, when Dice Rules, that where I do Grease Lightning, that was Dice Rules, the album, okay, besides the movie. And I go, did they, I was at Westwood One Radio, something like that. And on the way back, I say to Rick, I go, did they put up all the posters like you said they were going to do? And he goes, I suppose. And I'm looking at him. I go, you're the boss. Don't you know? He goes, well, I told him to put it up. Yeah, like you can't get, even if he didn't like something on an album and, I could get heated. I'm that kind of personality. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's not your fucking album. Well, then I suppose you'll do what you like. I'm like, don't you ever get mad? Didn't you ever have a fight? And he goes, actually, I never had a fight. I go, you never got a punch in the face. He goes, no. I go, well, you're about to if you don't just get mad at me at least, like yell at me. But great guy, and we had great experience. So when it came to the day the laughter died, so me and Rick put out hit albums. And this is right, like, I think, after Dice Rules. These are high-powered comedy albums to sell millions of copies. So this you'll like. Mitzi's involved in it. This is great. So me and Rick are talking, and I go, you know how much I love going on late at night and just, no reaction. Because that's how my career got made. I was always like one of the last few acts at night at the Comedy Store, because of the kind of stuff I did. So there's, people sitting quiet. You got a drunk in the front with his head on the table, and you got 4 people that are just too tired to leave. You've had those sets.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, I want to do like the ultimate late night set, And he sort of had the same thought process, like, we just go unsuspecting crowd. And this is, like you would say, at the height of doing the arenas, craziness surrounded me at that time. It was like the Lady Gaga of stand-up comedy, and now I just want to go up in front of a few people with no notes, with no idea of what the album's going to be. And we do 3 nights at Dangerfields, and it winds up the double CD, The Day the Laughter Died. Okay. And I'm just loving it, the silence, the smoke. You could hear me smoke, people walking out, and we didn't cut any of it, Like I said, keep it in there, It's great, I really got angry, at this family that came in. See, this will lead to, it could set me up for Saturday Night Live to tell you stuff, but so that this family comes in, these real fucking out-of-towners from, I don't know, Midwest, Bible Belt, whatever they were, but they were all wearing the same coat and the same hat with the ball on top. 2 daughters, mother, father. And they're sitting in the front, and the more I got into them, the more the father laughed. And I got angry at that because I'm going, this guy, I would imagine in my mind that this guy really looks to fuck around with his daughters. They were old enough, you know. They were like, I don't remember the ages, but I don't know, young 20s, late teens. And I'm going, why is this motherfucker laughing when I'm doing this instead of going, like, cut it out? Because I know if I was sitting there with my 2 daughters and some comic, some asshole on stage is going, so you like to have her on your lap or whatever I said on the album, you know, I'd look at the guy and go, walk away from me and my family, or there's a problem. You know, that's how I would get. This guy's laughing, and I'm angry about it. You know, so the more he would laugh, the more I would go after this motherfucker. But there's also no laughs. That's the part I did enjoy. The actual silence of the room, or somebody walking out and yelling. What's that? There's a famous one line on that. Where,
You're about as funny as a glass of milk.
you know the album better than me, which is ridiculous. Why would you not? That's it.
I love that album.